Good morning and happy Halloween!
Happy Friday! How are you this morning, Michelle?
Oh, I'm good. We'll get to have an exciting day here. Getting to go trick-or-treating tonight, so we're probably going to head over to,
Oh,
we figure we're going to go to Barefoot Landing first, probably, then head over to the beach and let our little bat girl go around and get all of her little goodies like she did last weekend. So,
oh, ours was last night. Sorry, folks, for being late, but we had a lot of technical issues this morning.
ooh, I think Google and Halloween, they were like, we're not going to make this easy today. Well, you
They're
figure
going to spook us.
the whole technical issues anyway, because you figure, I'm not per se technically challenged, but I can get enough. I know enough to be dangerous. Okay, so and it's like it was kicking me off this morning. Then turned around, I finally got it. Then it wouldn't let me send you the links to come join. It's like because normally it's a smooth process. It's just
Yes.
a little button. And this morning it said, "Oh no, honey, you're gonna work for it today."
Well, when I clicked on the link and it said it was over, I thought, well, that little booger, she did it without me.
It's like, dang, it's over, and it was just mistake. Oh no! And if I know that we're actually supposed to do it together, I'll never leave you out. So that's part of it. You don't ever have to worry about. I don't care how late it has to start. I'll figure it out. And we'll get it done so we're both on.
Okay. All righty. Are we ready to
So
hit
what do we have for kickers on this bright, beautiful, sunshiny Friday? Oh, sorry, I just got to interrupt for a second. I am so glad to be down here in the South because today it'll be like mid-60s and sunny to take Jackie trick-or-treating. And I was watching the weather this morning, and from Tennessee on up to West Virginia, they get like a cold front, and they said some areas where you're going to get up to 3 inches of snow. So I feel so sorry for them places.
Bring it on. Bring it on. It doesn't bother me. I live in Ohio, so whatever weather I get, I'm happy with it.
Although you know what, though, I do have to say, as long as it's going to be cold, I'd rather have the snow because at least it's pretty to look at.
Yes, yes. But you know what, though, when spring comes, it's an awesome feeling because you've come through that spell of the cold. But, the snow and everything, it has its purposes.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't bother me. It
Okay.
doesn't bother me in the slightest. I just wrap up and do my thing. I know some people.
I always wrapped up and just stayed inside and kept warm and that kind of stuff. We only went out when we had to. My only thing is my body doesn't. Me and the cold and the aching and all that kind of stuff. My body's just happy to come warmer. I mean, we'll still get some days and we keep warning them. We told them, I don't care where we've been. That first winter that we're there, they're going to get snow down here like they've never had. And we don't do it on purpose. It follows us. And when we were in Delaware, the first year we were in Delaware, they ended up with record-breaking snowfalls. They ended up like 1 week 1 inches, another weekend there was another. I mean, there, like here, it's more beachy and all that kind of stuff. And even when they did get snow, it didn't stay because of the salt water and everything else. Well, up there, it was like things were just staying still for days because they weren't used to it.
Right.
We laughed, and then we moved to West Virginia. And of course, they get snow anyway, but it just seemed like it was a little bit more than usual. So when we came down here, and Scott, we even already warned the guys that he's out in the woods with hauling the logs and everything. He's like, I'm telling you, guys are going to get snow.
Well,
because they said, well, we got the ice last year. He says, oh no, we don't bring ice, we bring snow.
Well, I hear we're supposed to. Well, I've heard two different stories. I've heard we're supposed to have the same winter that we had last year, which was bad. And
Oh,
then I heard one that just said we were not going to get as much snow, that it was just going to be extremely cold.
oh.
So whatever we get, we get.
Yeah, well, and it's not like we can change it, but although if you think about it, I mean, and I know you, when I was little, and I'm going back to probably the 70s, I remember many a days that even in October, it was cold, and we had snow in November, and you had snow before the holidays, and you had, all that different kind of stuff, even on the East Coast, because I grew up in Maryland. And I mean, I remember many a times that we had the cold and the snow. So it's like everybody that's expecting it later, it's like if you think back 30, 40 years ago, we had the cold weather. It's like it goes in cycles every so many years.
Well, I remember when I went trick-or-treating as a child, the weather was so bad that we couldn't put on our costumes. We couldn't dress up. We just put layer up on layer up on layer up on clothes,
Oh, it took the
and
bags around so at least go
yeah,
get the streets.
yeah, yeah. So, I remember some bad weather, but I got through it.
Oh, yeah, and we all did because we used to love it in the deep snowfalls and digging the tunnels in the streets. And
hmm Well, I remember when we lived in Orlando.
oh, I
Christmas.
remember Florida. Florida, what, in 65 or
Well,
67,
but
something
but
like
it
that they
got
got down?
cold. It got cold to us because our blood would thin out.
Mm-hmm.
But it just wasn't the holidays because there was no snow. You know.
And that's how I felt. And see, that's how I felt when I first went down to Miami. Because I've been in Maryland all my life. And then when we turned around and moved, I had to move to Miami for my therapy. That was the hardest thing to get used to
hmm
was Miami, South Beach, 80 degrees, and it's Christmas, and you're going, what?
Right. Yes.
And here
Yeah.
I am used to the northern weather, and so down there, I mean, it would get 50s, 60s, and they're deep of winter, okay. And I show up to therapy in capris and tank tops, and they're all wearing turtlenecks and
And winter
scarves, and
comes.
they're like, "You're making me cold." I'm like, "Y'all are making me hot."
Okay, are we ready to rock and roll?
Yes, ma'am, we certainly are. Let's
Okay.
jump right in.
All power and no shame. Woo! Let's see what he's got for us today. Various research studies illustrate how powerful it is to ask for what we want. Studies show that in most cases, people say yes to those people who ask for what they want far more often than people expect. Additionally, most requests seem larger in the requester's head than they are to the requestees. Lesson learned. Asking for what you want gives you a better chance of getting it than not asking. So why don't more of us ask for what we want? Well, a study done by sociologist Annette LaRue, okay, showed how kids from different economic backgrounds view asking questions. Kids from affluent and middle-class environments believed that they were entitled to ask for things they felt they deserved. They almost willed themselves to have what they wanted by creating a habit and value system of asking for what they want. On the other side, you have people who grew up, like me and me, in an environment where you were viewed as weak if you didn't know something. And don't even get me started about asking for what I need. So often I didn't do that because I didn't want anyone to know I needed anything. Oh, I've been there.
Been there, done that, got the scars.
Yep. That was the pride that kept me from getting all that I wanted, needed, and actually deserved. There is no shame in not knowing something, in not having something, or in wanting or needing something. So much of what will determine the difference between a good life and a great life is an ask away. Without shame, you have access to more power. Turn it over to you, Michelle.
Building relationships. While there is power in the ask, there is also risk involved. People may say no. Some may make assumptions based on our wants or needs, and still others may reject us and our boldness in asking what we want. But the fear of those responses is increased 1,000 times when all of our interactions with people are only transactional. When you interact with people only when you need or want something, they can see your intentions coming a mile away. Asking for what you want becomes a totally different process when you deal with people based on nurtured relationships. But this can be hard for many of us. We don't want to be vulnerable, and building true relationships requires a higher level of openness. But whether you are attempting to access capital to launch a new business or trying to convince your boss you deserve a raise, meaningful relationship can make all the difference. When people respond to a request, they are usually not just giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down to what you ask for. They are actually assessing what they think of you, the risk involved, and the potential return. How do we begin asking for what we want? Here are 6 principles to help you get a yes. 1, know your worth. If you don't know your worth, you are allowing someone else to determine it. But knowing your worth is not enough if you don't communicate it boldly. If you have determined you are worth $150,000 a year, you have to be willing to fight to get as close to that value as possible. In fact, you should be prepared to go in asking for more than $150K to give yourself room to negotiate down to what you want. As with any request, you may not get exactly what you want. However, when you know your value and fight for it in a professional way, I guarantee you will walk away from the table with more than if you had asked for nothing. 2, recognize what you deserve. Far too many people, women in particular, put their wants and needs on the back burner for the benefit of everyone else. There is nothing noble about denying yourself the life you were destined to have to accommodate someone else. That doesn't mean we don't make compromises for people we love or those we are building business with. But if your needs are always being put on hold, you have to pause and reprioritize your values and commitments. Warning, be careful that you don't confuse what you deserve, which is what you work for, with a sense of entitlement, which is what you want but didn't work for. 3, get specific. It is important to be specific about what you want and need. Failure to communicate what you need will add frustration and increase your timeline to gaining your success. 4, don't assume anything. People are not mind readers. I don't care how well you know someone. Never assume that they know what you want or need. Even if you think they should know, get crystal clear about your needs beforehand. Communicate your values. Be firm about what you what you will and will not stand for, the quickest route to frustration is a failure to communicate your value system. This can be challenging when you are in a place of real need, but don't be someone who can be easily bought. Don't compromise your standards. Recognize that no is not a rejection. The bank, your boss, and even your significant other will not always say yes. They may not be able to give you what you want. Do the best you can to see the situation from all sides and not just your own before you cut off a relationship. Turn down an opportunity or burn a bridge. Your gift is waiting for you to fight for what you want. When you build a world that looks the way you want it to, you are giving your gift more room to grow. You have come too far to talk a good game about what you want without asking for what you want. The worst thing that can happen is someone will say no. The best thing that can happen when you ask for what you want is you get what you want and need. Success actions. In your journal, list 3 things you want that you have never asked for. Why did you not ask for these things? Identify 3 people you should ask something of.
Oh, those are good questions.
Yes, they are.
Identify 3 people you should ask something of. Why did you not ask for these things? List 3 things you want that you have never asked for. It's because of fear, because we're fearful of asking. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and just like we touched on it a little bit yesterday, there's between the fear of it, you got the rejection of it, but then you also have the, obligation or burden or what, depending on what the circumstance is going to be or how it ends up after, after it's been done. What's the intention of the other person that you're asking? So that's
right.
There's a lot of reasons why we tend to hesitate, but he also nailed it too in there against the women, and I'm sorry, I have to admit, because I'm guilty too. I always put, the kids came first, the spouse came first, the whole bit. Mom was always last. It was just easier to take care of everybody else, make everybody else happy, and that was probably, after I broke my neck, that was the hardest lesson in my life I ever learned, was actually having to turn around and take care of me.
Well, I remember when I was a new mother, my kids were probably maybe between 3 and 9, and I had an aunt, and she came down to visit my parents, and I remember getting sick, and she said, "Donna, go to the doctor." And I said, "No, I can't afford it because I've got to save in case the kids get sick." She said, "Excuse me," but she said, "Who's going to take care of those kids if you don't take care of you?" So, that really started me thinking, because, this number 1, know your worth. I didn't know what I was worth as a parent. As a parent, we put ourselves aside.
Oh yeah.
We don't realize our worth.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, it's such natural instincts that kick in that we don't think about it. We don't. I mean, even when we are sick, even when we do have a cold, even when, and I don't care how good it is, how bad it is, we keep going like as if we're not sick.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Because the house isn't going to keep going. The laundry's not going to do itself. The food's not going to get done. It's like the world doesn't keep going if we stop, you know?
Yes, but Michelle, I would remember if my children got sick, I didn't hesitate to take them to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
But when I got sick,
Took them to the doctor, did whatever you had to do,
right.
make sure they got better, babied them all the way down to the food.
But we just didn't seem to put ourselves in that valuable position, you know. And then I also remember my same aunt telling me, and she asked me one day, because I had her over to my house, and I was getting my good dishes out, and she asked me, and it was so funny because I would have never thought if she hadn't asked the question, you know. She said, "Why do you get your good dishes out for company?" Because in her eyes, her family was the most important people. Her dishes, her good dishes came out for her family. And I had never looked at it like that until she asked that important question to me. You know, why are you saving those good dishes for company that comes around maybe once every 5 years, and your family is here every day, but yet they don't get treated like royalty, like company does? And
well, I mean, it's kind of funny that you brought that up because we, out of habit, and I guess Scott, just from the way that he's done things so many years even before me, majority of our meals are all eaten off of plastic plates.
right.
You know, not so much the throwaway ones, but the plastic ones that you get at the store with the designs or the clear colors, and you get so many uses out of them, kind of thing. And
Merrimack.
yeah, you know. And it's funny because, and they do that all the time. And then they'll turn around and go, okay, well, you know, dishes didn't get this done this time. We don't have enough plates. And I'm the one that constantly is going, there's 2 sets of plates up in the thing that are real plates that we're allowed to eat off of.
Yes. Yes.
It's like,
even those questions. You know.
But it's like because they're glass plates, they don't want to use them, or it's almost like that thing, well, it takes more to wash them and everything else. No, it doesn't. They wash just the same
I'm not sure if that is it, or if it's that they don't feel like they are worthy to be eating off of the good plates. We don't know our worth. I really do believe. You know, the special plates are special.
Right, and seeing like before, like even back when I got all those dishes, and because when I had first gotten my own place, and I had moved to Glen Burnie in Maryland, it was the first house that I had that was mine. I didn't have to share it with grandmother-in-law, didn't have to share it with anybody else. It was me and then my kids. And I mean, we ate off those plates every night. We did it all the time. There was, you know, you only did the plastic plates once in a blue moon on the weekend or something if you were eating outside, for that matter. It wasn't, you know,
right.
We sat at the dinner table, we ate our meals, and they were all eaten off of these plates that, you know,
special plates.
Had teddy bears on the plates, you know, so it was like, and the ones I've got my Lighthouse plates and some other ones, and it's like we're allowed to eat off of those. You know, they're made to be used. Everyday dishes. They're not the holiday china that's sitting underneath the hutch.
Right. Right. For holidays. Right. Yes, I understand that. So I am trying to get myself in the position to think more of myself and to ask questions, you know, because I am worthy of it. I am worthy of it. So, Michelle, what do we have coming up on Monday?
Oh, Monday. We are advancing very well in this book. So Monday we actually get to start off with part 3 and maximizing your gift. So as we jump
Woohoo!
into part 3, it takes us into chapter 12 and Tale of the Tape. So that'll be interesting to see, you know, what
Right.
it takes to maximize on that gift that we've been honing in on over these weeks. So that's pretty neat. And then you realize that we're up to, it's like, I guess it's almost like 20 some videos or something so far that we've done in this series.
It's exciting.
It
It
is.
is
It's
so
like neat.
exciting.
And look at how we first started off going, okay, I think we're doing this, and now we're like, yeah, okay, next.
But we've got a lot more to come.
And
We've
we
got a lot
do.
more
So
to
it's
come.
just, but it's been exciting for the fact of even watching ourselves grow
Yes.
while we are actually experiencing it, because it's like it's so it's you get so many that have that block about just getting started and just doing it, and we made that commitment, and we made the commitment to stick to it. And
Hmm.
yeah, there's days that life happens or whatever's going on, so we do have to occasionally skip a day and stuff like that, but then we start right back up and we keep going, and we go to finish what we started. And then knowing that we've gotten really into this comfort zone in this groove, and we enjoy it, we look forward to it in the morning. It's a great way to start our day, our mindset, and the giggles and everything. And then just knowing that now we're looking forward to, okay, which one actually comes next after this one, and knowing
Right.
that this is something new that we will actually continue and provide our insights and value in the whole bit to hopefully reach out and touch somebody else to say, hey, wait a minute, if this crazy caregiver and this giggly loony chick in the chair can do it, so can we.
Yes, absolutely. You can do it too.
Yes,
Not
you
just
absolutely.
us. I mean, I was kind of afraid to make the commitment, but now that I did, oh wow. I mean,
And let me ask you a question, just because I know I've floor, and I know I've had it even stated out to me, and I just want to present it again. Donna, are you too old?
well, there are mornings when I do feel too old, but after the training that I was on last night, I'm telling you, I got so excited that I forgot how old I was. And I was in there with everybody else thinking, you know what, I can do this, I can do this. And I never once thought about my age.
Yep.
So
Because when it
there,
because when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter if you're a 20 something. It doesn't matter if you're a 40 something. It doesn't matter if you're a 60 something.
a senior citizen,
Huh?
a senior citizen.
Hey, you get discounts.
Yes, yes. So no, if Michelle and I can do it, you can do it. You just have to get your mind creating different ideas. You
And
know.
just get started. Just do it. Just turn the camera on, even if it's by yourself. If you can't find a partner to go with right away or something, just get out there and break that ice and just do it, because I can
Mhm.
promise you that you have something that there are people looking for, that you
Mhm.
can help, that you can benefit, no matter what your situation is. I don't care if you're able-bodied. I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care if you got to do things bass backwards. Sweetheart, join the club.
Yes. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact one of us, Michelle Leith, Leith, or Donna G. Harris. On both of us are on Facebook. So,
Absolutely. You can find us, actually, you can find us pretty much across all the social networks. We are on Facebook a good bit more than the others, but you can still
Yes.
find us even by our names. Twitter, Google Plus, LinkedIn. We're out there to where you can get in touch with us. So,
Right. Right.
feel free to look up, and we'll help you. We'll jump on and hang out with you if you need us to, or whatever you need, just to make sure that you just get started.
And come Monday, let me see. Come Monday, Maximizing Your Gift, we are going to introduce our new fan page and let all of you guys know where you can find our new fan page. So come back Monday and we'll share that with you.
Yes, wonderful. So excited. Can't wait. We've been working on it. We've been getting everything all kind of locked in and everything else and fine tuning. So that's been fun too.
And a whole lot more secrets that we've got in our bag.
Hey, that was a good Halloween way to end it off as like,
You guys all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Yes, and be safe with all the trick-or-treaters out there. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.